Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is the Raptor, and welcome back to another one of my reaction videos. So today I'm going to be reacting to the new episode of Death Battle, which just came out, which is Tanjiro from Demon Slayer versus Jonathan from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have gotten a lot more excited for this fight, actually. I wasn't too excited when it was first announced, but it's actually really grown on me, and I'm really excited to see what Death Battle does with this episode. I'm not really rooting for one character over the other. Of course, I've known Jonathan longer than I've known Tanjiro, but that doesn't change my perception on either of them. I think they're both really cool characters, and I'm really excited to learn more about them in this episode. In terms of who I think is going to win, though, it's a little weird. I feel like if they just stick, if they keep the scaling to just stuff that's in part 1, then I might want to lean more towards Tanjiro in general. But if they start to, scale Jonathan to things that exist outside of part 1, then I feel like there's a lot of stuff they could give Jonathan that could tip it in his favor. And there is some, even though Jonathan is basically just from part 1, there's a lot of stuff you could realistically scale him to from other parts, but I know there are some people who don't believe that's what you should do at all, and maybe that's how Death Battle will feel as well. Or who knows, maybe they'll correct me on any other number of things. But yeah, regardless, I'm just really excited for a cool fight, and I'm excited to see who they think wins. So without further ado, let's get started.
But I pushed some buttons in your lab, and
I have no idea what this is.
cyberspace.
I'm just gonna skip it.
Only live chat and over 20.
Alright, here we go. Tanjiro versus Jonathan.
Tanjiro Kamado, the sun-breathing demon slayer swordsman.
Jonathan Joestar, the very first Jojo who ever Jojed.
These two
Jojed,
anime
yeah.
monster hunters are as deadly with a blade as they are infinitely good-natured.
But don't cross them, else they might leave you breathless. He's
Ha.
time boomstick.
And
No, they are very
utilize
good
their weapons,
people.
armor, and skills to fight
Which
off
you gotta love, right?
Death battle.
In a death battle, too.
Daisho Japan, an era of unparalleled progress and imperial domination. But this empire had a sickness, a rot at its core.
Alright.
Demons. This race of superhuman cannibals originated from one being, their all-powerful progenitor, Muzan Kibutsuji.
Who
Right.
spent his evenings slaughtering families and eating them, including the Kamado clan.
Though one of them
I imagine, yeah.
The eldest son, Tanjiro.
Well, the good news is your sister Nezuko is alive too. Bad news
There you
is
go,
she's
that's
a demon
good.
Now, so sorry, champ. I'm
That's not as
joking to
good.
stay up as an L.
But Tanjiro possessed the golden heart of an anime protagonist. He devoted his life to curing Nezuko's curse and ending Muzan's evil once and for all.
So he joined the Demon Slayer Corps, a secret group of badass demon hunters with badass swords, forged from a unique sunlight-absorbing ore. The Nichiren blade is
So they
one of
both
the
use
only
sunlight in a
weapons
way.
that can
That's
decapitate a
interesting,
demon
yeah.
and end their unholy existence for good. Especially when combined with the Slayer's fancy pants katana magic.
It isn't katana magic. Okay, well, it's totally katana magic, but that's not what it is.
Yeah, it's breathing, which is so lame. Anybody can do that. Oh, God.
Maybe not as easily.
Use of breathing is crucial to real-life martial arts. Deeper breaths massage the organs below the diaphragm, relaxing your body.
Yeah,
and
the subtle
lowering
stuff
its
is
energy
really
requirement,
important
while
when it comes to
simultaneously giving you
combat.
more energy to use.
Tanjiro mastered this breathing shit so well, he could do it in his sleep. Literally 24/7.
This is total
Yeah, I breathe
concentration
24/7 too. No,
breathing,
I'm
a technique
kidding.
developed by the demon
Well, I
slayers
do,
in
but
order to
not in that
massively
way.
increase their physical abilities to match their blatantly superhuman foes. Through the measured intake of oxygen, users can boost their concentration, reactions, and even manipulate the flow of their blood. This can help in slowing down
Wow.
poisons or speeding up the coagulation of wounds.
Which means he can use it to quickly recover in case of injury or fatigue. And demon
Yeah.
slayers can combine their breathing with their blades for, well, katana magic.
Each breathing style is a separate form of sword combat. The first form Tanjiro mastered was water breathing, a flexible defensive style where a user's blade summons
Just sounds
water
like
to
breathing
slice
underwater,
the
actually.
current.
Tanjiro's literal boneheaded stubbornness made him a prodigy demon slayer in no time.
He proved to be a tactical genius in combat, able to discern an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in the heat of the moment. It was almost as if demon slaying was in his very blood.
Because it was.
Yeah,
Hundreds
was
of
waiting
years
for
ago,
that.
The creator of the very first breathing style taught this knowledge to Tanjiro's ancestors, who passed it
Damn.
down to Tanjiro himself.
This was the dance of the fire god. The
Sun
Hinokami
breathing,
Kagura,
yeah.
Sun breathing.
With sun breathing, Tanjiro's sword bursts into godlike flames that slow a demon's healing factor and can turn into a wicked fire dragon.
Sun breathing
Wow.
increases Tanjiro's speed and power, but at a cost. It will quickly tire him out, and overuse could severely debilitate him.
Which can also turn on this really distracting birthmark on his forehead.
Through intense stress
How do you
and
turn on a
Tanjiro can
birthmark?
activate this Demon Slayer mark, which boosts his already crazy strength and speed even further.
And gives him access to the see-through world. Basically, it slows down time for Tanjiro and gives him x-ray vision.
This allows him such a precise
There's extra
understanding of his
perception, yeah.
opponent's muscle movements that he can predict their future actions. Sort of like a spider sense. He can even do the same with just his sense of smell. No Demon Slayer mark needed. Not only can his nose
Wow.
detect people from hundreds of yards away, it lets him find an opponent's opening in battle even easier than before.
You'd think being an anime swordsman would make Tanjiro even edgier than his blade, but he's basically the group mom, with an innocent
Yeah.
cherub sweetness matched only by
He
his
seems
raw
very
badassery.
well-rounded.
Tanjiro is tough enough to survive
Pretty much
being
everything,
stabbed
like
in the
combat,
stomach,
personality.
fast enough to dodge.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a second. Sorry, let's just back up a bit. There we go.
Basically the group mom, with an innocent little
I hate it when the
cherub
YouTube ads
sweetness
just
matched only
decide
by
to
his
exist.
raw badassery.
Tanjiro is tough enough to survive being stabbed in the stomach, fast enough to dodge lightning,
Yep.
and strong enough to slice through and derail a literal demon train.
That demon turned himself
A
into
demon
a train,
train.
Wiz. Funniest shit I've ever seen. And this demon, Doma, was able to freeze the air into this giant ice statue in only a few seconds. That takes a lot of energy.
And Tanjiro's managed to keep up with...
What is that? Hang on, back up a second. I want to see what that said.
Doma was able to freeze the air into this giant ice statue.
So that got
in
like
only a few
40 tons or
seconds.
something?
That takes a lot of energy.
Yeah,
And Tanjiro's
40.11
managed to
tons of
keep up with
TNT.
similarly powerful demons like Hantengu, Akaza, and eventually the strongest of them all, Muzan himself.
With the help of his friends, of course.
It would take all their efforts and countless sacrifices, but Tanjiro and the Demon Slayers would continue to fight to realize their dream of a world that is safe for humanity.
Awesome.
And whatever Inosuke is.
Okay.
Victoria
That was kinda quick, but
shit-tastic
I can roll with
time
it.
to be alive.
Whether you were a lowly street rat or a wealthy noble. Okay, well, that last one probably wasn't so bad.
That is, unless your dad, in all his infinite wisdom, decided to adopt the single greatest asshole in human
Yeah.
history and make him your brother. That'd make you one unlucky.
That would
Dio.
make you Jonathan Joestar.
Hadn't you heard, Wiz? Everybody just calls him Jojo.
In an effort to
Yeah.
take the Joestar fortune for himself, Jonathan's new brother Dio dedicated his life to
Likes
breaking
Dio,
Jonathan
but it's
emotionally,
complicated.
turning him into a docile puppet. But after being bullied, beaten, and thoroughly traumatized, something awakened deep in Jonathan's heart. The raging fire of a gentleman.
I don't think beating the living piss out of Dio was gentle, but it sure was satisfying. Too bad
Yeah.
it didn't last forever, because only a few years later, Dio got his revenge when he turned into a vampire and killed Papa Joestar.
Yeah.
Classic Dio.
Wait to see what he does later.
World domination. Jonathan would need more than his righteous fist to save the day.
Yeah, he needed a creepy floating Italian man that punches frogs with the power of the sun.
It wasn't just any creepy floating
That's how you punch frogs, yeah.
Antonio Zeppeli, a practitioner of Hamon, an ancient martial art designed specifically to do battle against vampires like Dio. Through their breath,
Yeah.
Hamon users can blast a hot electric ripple out of their bodies and flood it into their opponents. Huh.
That's what Hamon means in English. The ripple. Man, if I had a nickel for every anime protagonist who killed monsters with the power of breathing, well, that'd be 2 nickels. But let's agree, it's weird that it happened.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I know where this is going.
Physical abilities and allows them to disintegrate vampires with a single punch. In order to fight Dio, Zeppeli taught Jonathan everything he knew.
Like the zoom punch, where Jonathan stretches his arm and punches an opponent from far away like he chomps on a gum-gum fruit. He does
Damn.
this by using the ripple to dull the pain of dislocating his shoulder
Ooh.
before snapping it back. That might sound crazy, but there are real-life examples of breathing basically giving people superpowers.
Yeah.
Like the Dutch adventurer Wim Hof, who can survive being nearly totally submerged in ice water for almost 2 hours. Through forced exhalation, Hof
I knew
drops
about
oxygen
someone like this.
levels
I don't know if
in
it
order
was
to
him
supercharge his
specifically,
body's
but
regulation and release
yeah, they can do
foreign
some crazy
chemicals to numb
things.
the pain, just like the zoom punch.
Hamon is basically just like the Eastern idea of chi. Voila! Which is circulated through the body by, what else? Breathing. And
Yep.
just like chi, it can do lots of crazy shit.
Like walking on water, magnetizing plants, or controlling an enemy's muscles. It can even be transferred through solid surfaces like metal.
And he can catch his fists
Okay.
on fire and slam you senseless with his patented Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'll leave any
What a
monster
name.
smiling and satisfied.
Jonathan took these skills as he, Zeppeli, and the definitely not just there for exposition Speedwagon invaded Dio's domain and waged war against an army of bloodthirsty zombies.
All right.
Including Dio's right-hand monsters, Bruford and Tarkus. Tarkus was strong enough to rip entire boulders out of the ground and slice through a cliff with one swing. He could even snap Jojo's neck
Wow.
and cut our old pal Zeppeli in half. Rest in peace, creepy floating Italian man. Sorry you had to be born the mentor. Hope none of your relatives die horrifying deaths too.
Before succumbing,
Well.
his last act was to pass his ripple onto Jonathan, not only allowing him to heal his own broken neck, but also combine their energies together.
And making Jojo strong enough to cut through Tarkus's giant arm. Not with his nifty new sword, Pluck. With his bare,
Yeah.
goddamn hand.
With this power boost, Jonathan faced Dio once and for all, and fisted him with his raging hot ripple.
No.
Now, Fisted Dio was
Please,
pretty
no.
impressive, considering Dio could later fight faster than light stands like Star Platinum. Hell, even other Ripple users like Joseph can dodge beams of light too.
But more than his strength or speed,
So they are factoring in
come
some
on,
stuff from later
Jonathan's greatest
parts.
strength was always his intelligence and unstoppable determination.
I think there was the thing up like
That
at the
burning
side where
drive
it's
for justice
kind of justified
defeated
that.
Dio all those years ago, and the same one that defeated him again. But this victory was bittersweet.
He may be built like a
Yeah.
brick shithouse, but Jonathan's got the personality of a golden retriever. Even after everything Dio did to him, all the lies and abuse and dad murder, Jonathan still loved him like a brother, and still cried those hot, wet 80s man-made tears.
And even after Dio returned on Jonathan's wedding night to murder him and steal his body,
Yeah.
he sacrificed himself so his wife and unborn child could escape. But he did
Continuing
not
on the
die in
JoJo's
vain.
legacy.
His bloodline would continue through
Yeah.
spawning a line of illustrious and bizarre heroes who would crush Dio's plans and save the universe.
Awesome.
And they all had one thing in common. His name, Jojo. Wait, is the ripple his dick?
To be continued. I love that. That is an awesome transition, actually.
All right, combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Oh, are we getting into this? Hang on, let me pause. All right, just give me 1 second. I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. I'm right back. So, talking about this fight, yeah. So first of all, I want to get this out of the way. Both of these characters sound really awesome. Like they just seem like really cool characters. You know, sometimes I can just lose myself in the whole versus debate aspect. But of course, I watch Death Battle also to learn about characters, and I'm really happy that I've actually gotten to learn more about these guys. They both seem really cool. But moving on from that, in terms of who I think is going to win, well, as I said earlier in this video, if they were to scale Jonathan to things outside of part 1, then I like stuff like, again, like the whole light speed dodging and moving faster than stands and everything, then I'd want to say that Jonathan would most likely win. And that is also what I said in my prediction video, that I thought Death Battle was going to do that, and it looks like they're doing that, at least to an extent. So it definitely seems like Jonathan is faster, at least based on what they said. They said that, you know, Jonathan and other characters could dodge light beams, and whereas with Tanjiro, the best I got was lightning. And I think, like, unless they want to pull something out later where they're like, oh, but he also dodged like a beam of light, and he dodged 10 beams of light at once. You know, I don't know. But as what it stands right now, it looks like, yeah, Jonathan would be faster. And the numbers that they threw out, they didn't throw out that many numbers, which is a little concerning to me, because it makes me think that maybe they're going to throw out other feats later, like after the fight is finished. But based on the feats that they did throw out, it looks like Jonathan is more powerful, because with Tanjiro, it looks like he could scale to something that was, what, about 40 tons of TNT. But with Jonathan, there was one character, was it Tarkus who did that, or someone similar to Tarkus, who did that 80 ton of TNT feat? And then Jonathan beat Tarkus, like, on his own, without even his sword. So, you know, it makes me think that he could also do that, you know, 80-ton Like, he could exert 80 tons of TNT and possibly even further, you know? So, and then they do have their abilities. Like, they even mentioned, like, the Ripple could travel through metal. Does that mean it could actually travel through Tanjiro's sword? Like, if he, like, gets a hold of it or something? Maybe he could travel from Jonathan's sword to Tanjiro's sword to Tanjiro if they were, like, in a sword fight or something. Maybe that's how that works. But they also said that it's specifically effective against vampires, which I already knew, but it has been known to damage other people as well. Like, it's not ineffective against them. However, I'm not sure, like, if the Hamon, you know, is actually... Like, if it is as strong as Jonathan himself, or if it's stronger, you know, would Jonathan still be better, you know, using his own brute force against someone like Tanjiro? I'm not sure. They also said that, like, closer to the end of Tanjiro's analysis, something that I noticed was that they were talking, like, the whole ending thing was him, like, working with his friends in order to, you know, keep fighting the bad guy, which, you know, they didn't really say that much about Tanjiro on his own, which, again, they could be saving for after the fight, like after the animation, but I don't know. I didn't really get anything from Tanjiro that I thought would, like, really turn the tides. Like, there was the stuff, like, he can, like, some states where he increases his strength and speed even further. So maybe, like, that actually puts him higher than Jonathan. They're just waiting after the fight to tell us that. But other than that, like, I can't really see anything that would really, like, be a game changer for either of the characters. I feel like for the purposes of this, I just have to assume that what they've told me is what the fight looks like, and that means that I think that Jonathan is going to win. If Tanjiro wins, then I'm sure they'll have some explanation for it afterwards, but based on everything they've laid out so far, I think Jonathan is going to win. So without further ado, let's watch this fight.
This episode of Death Battle is
And there's a sponsor, of course. Let me just skip through that.
Right now, save up to 6 for life.
Here we go. Let's watch the fight. That's a nice background. They're both right here.
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions. I don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone. You
oh, damn.
wretch.
Major misunderstanding, bro.
His insidious mind control. On my honor, as a gentleman, I will free you.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head?
Did you bump your head? I appreciate the banter.
Total concentration. Water breathing.
Ooh, nice water effects.
You fight with valor, noble swordsman.
This has the potential to look really good, and so far, I'm liking it.
Aw, he's kind of adorable. Like a puppy. I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
And there's the whole gum or whatever from Luffy, but yeah. It was kind of weird.
You're mine.
Ooh! Oh, and ripple through the sword? Or something? Ow! Ow! Oh! Yikes! There we go. Yeah, I was waiting for the fire.
Nice try.
That was a really nice, like, just hand-drawn bit. I don't want to see either of these characters die, man.
His breathing is carrying some kind of energy. Like me.
He can, like, yeah, he does have that extra perception. But I don't know if it's enough. Look at this, man.
Does he know? Metal, silver, overdrive!
What? Oh, jeez. He shattered the sword.
I got you!
Jonathan? Jonathan!
For my lungs!
Oh!
Did he dodge?
But not quite. Oh no, the ripple. Oh no, 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 don't kill. Jeez, man.
Jeez.
Well, he's not dead, actually.
Sister.
On my honor as a gentleman, I will protect her with my life.
Oh my god, that is so wholesome. I was not expecting that at all. Wow, that was an emotional roller coaster.
Crying really hard, holy shit.
Boomstick, no, I'm all ready.
On paper, Tanjiro did initially seem to have more advantages in this bout.
For sure. He'd been training for way longer than Jonathan, and with way more experienced teachers. Tanjiro's
I didn't even
Slayer
think about that, to
journey
be
took place
honest.
over a couple of years, while Jonathan's Ripple training was less than a month.
Tanjiro was obviously
Damn.
a superior swordsman with a variety of powerful techniques.
Yeah,
and
no, definitely
countermatch.
that, yeah.
While Jonathan really only improvised as a swordsman.
But that's where the advantages stop. Sure, Jonathan wasn't a natural swordsman, but he more than made up for it in hand-to-hand combat. While
Yeah.
Tanjiro was pretty much out of options without a blade.
Jonathan also had an edge in strength. Comparing Tanjiro to Doma and Jojo to Tarkus, Jonathan
There we go,
was over
yeah.
twice as strong. And while Tanjiro later fought the more powerful Muzan, Jonathan did the same with Dio.
He was way faster, too. While Tanjiro and his pals could dodge lightning, we can compare Jonathan to other Ripple users like Joseph, who could dodge light, which is over 3,000 times faster.
Yeah.
That might seem crazy, but in Part 3, Dio was able to keep up with stands like Star Platinum, which can move faster than light. Dio did this on his own, and that was while using Jonathan's body.
Exactly.
Even with multiple ways to predict Jonathan's movements and see the flow of his Ripple with X-ray vision,
Yep.
Tanjiro would not have been fast enough to keep up.
Especially with the Ripple backing him up. Sure, the water and fire Tanjiro generates is impressive, but Jonathan was tough enough to power through it. Tanjiro, though, had no way to defend against the Ripple bypassing his durability and directly messing with his organs.
Such as manipulating his muscles like a puppet.
Okay, yeah. I was thinking about that too. I forgot to bring it up.
Something other Ripple users
That-
have done to
that definitely
modern
would help.
humans with a single zap. And Jonathan had the opportunity to do this literally every time Tanjiro blocked his blade.
Yeah.
Sure, Tanjiro could recover himself with the breath, but that'd be a breath spent healing and not, fighting.
And while Sun Breathing's overuse was dangerous to Tanjiro, Jojo's Hamon had no such drawback.
Which meant that Jojo could keep fighting for as long as he needed to.
Tanjiro was never gonna go
Yeah,
down easy.
Tanjiro had his own
Jonathan's
advantages.
long
It's
and
just that
righteous
when you have like
gentlemanly fists
strength,
carried
speed,
him
and
to
more
victory.
reliable
Jonathan
abilities,
took Tanjiro's
that just takes you
breath away.
further.
The winner is Jonathan Joestar.
All right, good job, Jonathan.
Thank you for watching.
Okay, so for the next time, the next episode will be close to May 4th, if I'm calculating that correctly. So, could it be the Boba Fett fight? They teased Boba Fett at the end of Saitama vs. Popeye. What do we got? No, that's Thor and Vegeta. Okay. Thor versus Vegeta. I thought... Well, okay, so hang on. For those of you guys that don't know, like, at the end of Saitama vs. Popeye, the Season 8 finale, they revealed, like, a bunch of characters that were gonna be in Season 9 of Death Battle, including, like, Jinx, Scarlet Witch, and Tanjiro. They did reveal Vegeta as well, and a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Thor versus Vegeta. I thought they were going to release this episode, though, closer to Thor Love and Thunder, like when the movie would come out. Although I guess it's kind of like with the Scarlet Witch fight, though, because that one I assumed would have come out later, too. Maybe it's because the release dates for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Thor Love and Thunder were originally earlier, and maybe they just didn't move the death battles back? I don't know. Either way, this is what we're getting. I just expected it to be later. I'm fine with this, though. I'm excited for it. But yeah, I'll make a prediction video for that, and you guys will see what I think about that. A lot of comic and anime characters, though, like every single character so far for the first 4 episodes has been either from a comic book or an anime, except for Jinx. So that's that. But anyway, that's enough about that. So again, I'll have a prediction video out for that. Not going to share my thoughts about the fight just yet, but talking about this episode, I personally liked it a lot. I think this is one I'm going to rewatch quite a bit. I don't know how you guys felt about it. Maybe you had some issues with the way that they interpreted some of the characters or whatever. Personally, I think the way that they, like, factored in part 2 and part 3 stuff for Jonathan was fair. They didn't go overboard or anything. I think what they did was fair and reasonable. And yeah, just I think Jonathan, just in terms of like his hammer and like his abilities, what he can do with them, and just his strength and speed, all of that put together is just more reliable for a victory in the long run. Tanjiro does have his advantages, but the fact of the matter is you can't just look at advantages like a checklist, like see how many advantages each character has, and then, you know, whoever has more advantages is automatically the winner. Like, that's not how it works. If you're a little stronger and a little more durable than your opponent, but your opponent is way faster and he has what it takes to kill you, then he'll win, you know? So it's like, you can't really look at it like a checklist. You have to like weigh out which advantages are more important in a fight. And here I definitely agree that Jonathan's advantages were just a lot more sizable, and they just took him further in the long run. Tanjiro, though, like, definitely, yeah, the experience and the swordsmanship, and he has, like, a lot of versatility, like, that would definitely help him out, but I don't think it would be able to last him, and clearly Death Battle doesn't think so either. But yeah, no, I personally am fully on board with their reasoning, and the analysis. I thought, like, they gave me basically everything I needed to. I thought they might have been leaving something out, because the analyses seemed pretty quick, and they didn't seem to give, like, the most amount of numbers, but really, like, they were efficient. Like, they did it differently than I thought they were going to, but I don't think they did it badly. The analyses were fun to watch. They were very quick. They were very easy to understand. They were good introductions, I think. Like, I really like how they really, you know, deeply dived into how their abilities worked, especially for Tanjiro. They were going on and on about that, but I kind of liked it. I liked, you know, as someone who's not super familiar with Demon Slayer, I liked how they explained exactly how it works. So that, I like that. I like learning about new characters, and I like learning about their capabilities, but also just about the characters themselves and what they're able to do. So I really appreciated that. And the fight was so much fun. There were so many moments where I was thinking, like, oh my god, like, this looks awesome, and I was not expecting the ending. The ending was so wholesome and also so sad. I was not expecting that at all. Like, this is clear that, like, yeah, while morals, essentially, like, you know, having, like, a no-kill rule isn't really a factor on Death Battle, they're not changing the characters. The characters themselves are still the ones fighting. So I have no problem with the ending, like, saying, like, oh, this is not how a death battle should work, because a death battle should also just analyze the characters, not just the stats, you know? So I really like that. I really appreciated that. This was a lot of fun. Like, honestly, like, even though so far I'd say that I like, and this is kind of an unfair comparison since we've only had 3 episodes of Season 9 so far, but I'd say overall, like, I enjoyed Season 8 more than I'm enjoying Season 9 so far, but, like, all of the episodes so far have had really enjoyable qualities. This one especially had a lot that I really liked in it. The animation was just super smooth. Like, I think it was funny at points. The writing, again, like, I thought was really effective in teaching us about the characters. There was just a lot to like here. I personally really enjoyed this episode. But I want to hear what you guys have to say. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Who do you think should have won? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give this video a like. Comment your comments down below. Subscribe if you could too. That would be amazing. But no matter what you guys do, thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, that's it for me. I will see all of you guys in the next video. Peace out.